Good morning, party people. How are you? I hope that you are having a terrific Tuesday and that, it's been really fun video chatting with some of you. Just, I'm dying to get to all of you. I really want to see each and every one of you. I miss y'all so much. It's been tough. This is going to be a tough week for the country, and it's also a tough week for us in Bible study. So it's one of those weeks, though, that we got to get through in order to have the victory on the other side, which is kind of like what I said in the email today, that, on the other side of this week and what's to come, we're going to get through it, and we're thankfully going to have some normalcy here pretty soon, and that's exciting. I think that, honestly, we're all going to be a lot better for it. I'm hearing that a lot of families are coming closer together, and a lot of people are thinking more deeply about their lives, and I've had lots of conversations with some people that some friends of mine that don't know Jesus, and so right now they're more open to talking about spiritual things because of all the lives that are, leaving us. So, it's an important time to take advantage of talking to people about the Lord. And so this is a good time too, because it's obviously around Easter, so the focus is on Jesus. Speaking of, we're going to be talking about Jesus, the Jesus Storybook Bible, and the crucifixion. So here's the picture right here of Jesus carrying the cross. So here we go. The sun stops shining. So, you're a king, are you? The Roman soldiers jeered. Then you'll need a crown and a robe. They gave Jesus a crown, but it was made out of thorns, and put a purple robe on him, and pretended to bow down to him. Your Majesty, they said. Then they whipped him and spat on him, and they didn't understand that this was the Prince of Life and the King of heaven and earth, who had come to rescue even them, even the soldiers that were hurting him. The soldiers made him a sign, our King, and nailed it to a wooden cross. They walked up a hill outside the city, and Jesus carried the cross on his back. Jesus had never done anything wrong, but they were going to kill him, and with the way that criminals were killed. They nailed Jesus to the cross. Father, forgive them, Jesus gasped. They don't understand what they're doing. You say you've come to rescue us, people shouted, but you can't even rescue yourself. But they were wrong. Jesus could have rescued himself. A legion of angels would have flown to his side if he'd called them. If you were really the Son of God, you could just climb down off that cross, they said. And of course, they were right. Jesus could have just climbed down. Actually, he could have just said a word and made it all stop. Like when he healed that little girl and stilled that storm and fed those 5,000 plus people. Remember all those stories that we've learned? But Jesus stayed. You see, that they didn't understand that. It wasn't the nails that kept Jesus there. You know what it was? It was love. Papa, Jesus cried, frantically searching the sky. Papa, where are you? Don't leave me. And for the first time and the last, when he spoke, nothing happened. Just a horrible, endless silence. Well, God didn't answer because he had to turn away from his boy at that time in order for him to take on the sin of the world. Tears rolled down Jesus' face, the face of the one who would wipe away every tear from every eye. And even though it was midday, a dreadful darkness covered the face of the world. The sun could not shine. The earth trembled and quaked. The great mountains shook, rocks split in two, until it seemed that the whole world would break, that creation itself would tear apart. The full force of the storm of God's fierce anger at sin was coming down on his own Son. Instead of his people, it was the only way God could destroy sin and not destroy his children whose hearts were filled with sin. Then Jesus shouted in a loud voice, "It is finished." Woo! And it was. He had done it. Jesus had rescued the whole world. "Father," Jesus cried, "I give you my life." And with a great sigh, he let himself die. And strange clouds and shadows filled the sky, purple, orange, black. It's kind of like a bruise. Wow, that's an interesting way of looking at it. I never thought about that. It's good. Jesus' friends gently carried Jesus, and they laid Jesus in a new tomb carved out of rock. How could Jesus die, though? What had gone so wrong? What did it mean? They didn't know anything anymore, except they did know their hearts were breaking. That's the end of Jesus, the leaders said. But just to be sure, they sent strong soldiers to guard the tomb. And they hauled a huge stone in front of the door to the tomb so that no one could get in or out. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's it. So that's where we are. So now we've got some videos to watch, some cartoons that kind of illustrate the story better. And this is, like I said, this is a tough week, but we are just so incredibly thankful for the price that Jesus paid, that even Ephesians 1:4 says, even from the beginning, before God even created the world, he loved us and chose us in Christ to be holy and without fault. So in other words, even from the beginning, this was his plan to redeem us, not only to save us, but it's much bigger than salvation. Jesus went to cross because he wanted a close friendship with us, to enjoy a relationship with us. Isn't that just, that just makes me speechless, really. It's just amazing. So, well, thank you for joining me today. I'm obviously in my sports team Tuesday shirt, Seahawks, go Hawks. Here's my signed Largent jersey from back in the 80s. He was my sports hero. Anyway, I enjoy Spirit Week, enjoy each other, and most of all, enjoy Jesus. Know that he loves you, and he's there with you through all of this. So, and I am too. Love you. Bye.